Hello, I'm Ant.
I'm Hannah, and this is Art in the Corridor. We are Ant, Hannah and Mabel the pup. We live and work from our 50-foot narrowboat, the Corridor. Come and join us as we attempt to navigate the English canals and the world as full-time artists. Here we go. Cards.
Arrived. YouTube unboxing video.
I have actually taken the tape off. So, these ones.
Oh yeah, wicked.
I like them.
Yes.
I think they could have been nicer, but I still like them. But
Okay.
what I really want to do, because I used to use this company, or I did before, called Gingerprint, and they're an independent company in Warwick, I think they were, and you used to be able to send the original painting and they would professionally scan it and like really get it like spot on.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, and I had cards made and glisse prints with them, and they were fantastic, but they are no longer. So I need to find someone, like an independent company, where I can like go in or send the picture in and it can be done like real good.
Yeah.
Because it seems to be harder with watercolour to scan and get the colours right, I find,
Right.
than it
Okay.
is like your prints.
Yeah, because I suppose the printing ink is oil-based ink and it's very bold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like them and they'll be on my shop, but they, yeah.
You've just been slightly critical of them.
Yeah. And it's probably the scan that I didn't do, and that's the second one.
I think they look absolutely lovely.
Well, yes.
Okay.
I just think they could have been nicer, but they're nice. I'm not playing them down.
No.
They're nice, but I think I can do better.
Okay.
But they'll go on the shop anyway, eh?
Yep.
You work it out as you go, don't you?
Yep.
But yeah, if anybody knows an independent print company in the like Midlands area, hit me up. I've just spent half an hour trying to find Anthony a font because he's having a mare over the writing on his poster.
I'm still finishing this print, so I just wanted to put, wherever they are, some writing in this
Can't see
block.
that.
Oh, okay.
Can't see that.
Oh, okay.
Can see that.
Okay, so I wanted to put some writing in this block, but I wanted it to be like in an Art Deco font. So I tried doing it freehand. It's really difficult. So Hannah's found this on the computer. This is the size. So that's my little pattern. So what we're going to do...
I think I could have just written that, you know.
No, but it's got in the measurement, like the letters have to be perfectly aligned, and otherwise it will look a mess. So
Quite good at that.
we're now going to trace that and transfer it. But yeah, the things we do, eh?
Yeah, because you have little faith.
Well, do you want to try drawing it by hand?
Well, I blooming would. But I'm not gonna, because you're just gonna be funny about it.
Well, it's got to be like spot on. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, let's get tracing. I need some fingers. I need some hands. I think I might have cracked it. Managed to trace it off the screen. We've now got it onto our bit of lino. Blimey, it's taken forever, this one. Well, we've gone from heavy rain to heavy wind.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
A bit messy.
Right, I'm just going to do the reveal of this and then this picture's finally finished. So it's been on here. I've cut my lettering out, seemed to take forever, but we're done. So let's see what it looks like. Da-da-da-da-da. Go by boat. Done, Mabel. Climbing my leg. What are you after? Sit down. Good girl. Well, there's a slight extra purple line there, which isn't the end of the world. I'm really happy with this. It's been hard work, but I think it's turned out really nice. What do you think, Mabes? What do you think?
She's confused by the clocks changing, as am I.
Oh, Mabel. So I was sending out one of these new posters, or one of the others, whatever it was. I've run out of tubes, but we knew there was one under the bed. So I went and found the tube that was under the bed, and these were inside.
Oh, yeah.
And this is quite magical actually, because we found these a couple of years ago, and we were just taking our rubbish to one of the bins, CRT bin or whatever it was, and these were just loose on the top, and we looked at, we could see them like
They were just out.
Yeah.
They weren't rolled up, were they?
no, and we thought, what on earth? And we looked at them, we thought they're way too good to be chucked in the bin, so we brought them home. And
I can't remember where we were now, but
no,
they were just on top of a bin, a big
but,
bin.
yeah, so this is like a magical find really. We'll show you these.
So here they are. Hard because
They're all rolled up.
they're all rolled up.
But these are, if I touch it, it's charcoal drawings, and they're original illustrations, and the artist name's here Grimes, and they were all just loose on the top of a bin when we were taking our bin out. And I think we've got there's quite a load of them here, isn't there?
Yeah.
But we've had them rolled in a tube,
And they've got little bits underneath. So, and on the top it's got a day and a number. So I'm assuming that these were for a newspaper, and he would do these, send them into the newspaper, and they'd be in the Daily Rag. Because they've all got little, little.
But they're just real beautiful illustrations, aren't they? Really, really well done. But amazing that somebody had thrown these in the bin.
I know. If anybody knows anything about these,
this artist.
Grimes, we did briefly look him up, didn't we?
We couldn't really find anything, could we?
But I think this was for a newspaper, wasn't it?
Right, I'm not sure. Yeah.
They were like little illustrations for a newspaper. We'll have to buy a new car. We can't possibly afford the price of a second-hand one. Maybe it's meant to be funny. I don't know. From another time. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they've all got a day on the top. Tuesday.
Look, they must be from, I don't know, the 40s. Looking like the war in that one. There's one of a car, which I really like.
Completely forgot we have these.
Oh look, an old sexist one.
Where did you
learn to drive,
miss? On the bumper cars? Oh, crumbs.
Yeah, it's going back a few years, isn't they?
Cool though, isn't it?
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, so if anyone knows anything about this artist, let us know.
That's nice. Interesting. You're doing a little print as well here.
I am, yeah, I'm trying to draw something like a rainy day print.
That's nice. Yeah. The sun's actually out today, but we have had even more rain.
Wind now. We've got the wind.
And now we've got the wind.
Not us personally, the world.
No, we're all right. We're all right in that apartment. You on your bed? Oh, lovely but jovey.
She's got a new bed. It's her third one.
Yeah. She's been good with this one, haven't you, Mabes?
Yeah, you haven't eaten it yet.
Not even a corner. Good girl. Right, are you ready for the question of the week?
Yep.
Okay, this comes from James. How do the advantages and disadvantages of narrowboat life influence your art, and do you think your respective artwork would be different if you lived on land? Should we break it into two?
Yeah, okay.
So, how do the advantages and disadvantages of narrowboat life influence your art?
Well, I suppose it's pretty much 90% of it is influenced by living on the boats, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say the main advantage is that we wouldn't actually be doing it
No, yeah.
if we weren't on the boat.
If we didn't live on the boat and we had to be, we were paying rent, or we wouldn't afford to be able to
Have months where it's a bit quieter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that it massively impacts us, really, doesn't it?
Disadvantages would be that sometimes I feel like we can't grow as much as we might want to because of space.
Yeah. True.
Storage, shifting around, not always having an address.
Yeah.
But I think we might have said in a previous video, one of the things that does influence particularly your art as well is the fact that the boat moves.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of movement in your work, and wherever we go you pick up like ideas, don't you?
Yeah.
In different places.
Well, yeah, because there's always stuff to see, and there's a lot of history, and
Yeah.
you know, people doing certain jobs and that kind of thing.
So second part of the question, do you think your respective artwork would be different if you lived on land?
Yeah, I don't think I'd be doing it. I don't think I'd be doing it.
Wouldn't be doing it, and it would be completely different because we are definitely influenced by what we go past, what we see, what we feel on the boat,
and
the way of life.
Yeah, it just affords us this way of life by living on the boat, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to do it if we were working full time and
No.
renting, because we can't buy a house at the moment.
No.
You know.
Yeah. Maybe one day, if we, I don't know, come up with a masterpiece. Our artist of the week this week deals with folklore, folk stories, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to find a story to give me some inspiration for a picture. And I was just scrolling through, and it keeps coming back to the same thing, which is a part of the world, or part of the country that we are very familiar with, East Anglia and the Fens. Anthony, do you remember? We used to go on the Fens all the time, the waterways.
Yeah, we were based near it, weren't we?
Yeah. So you get to that bit, I think it's Erith Way or past Huntingdon.
Yeah.
You can go two ways on the water.
Down
Left,
the wash, yeah.
towards the wash, which is tidal, or you go through that guillotine manned lock.
Yeah.
And you end up on the Old West.
Yeah.
But it's got no flow, so it always felt really slow.
Yeah.
And
so
it's really narrow.
Yeah, and you're on the Fens then.
And then you've got fenland either side of you, and it's full of wildlife, but it's also really long, really flat.
And eerie.
And eerie. I always used to say, and this is before I knew about any of these kind of stories that are all linked there, that it felt really eerie, like it felt like somewhere you might die.
Like we used to always say, you really don't want to break down on the Fenlands.
Yeah.
'Cause it just had a feel to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just went on and on and on.
Yeah.
It was really beautiful. And do you remember that time? It was so full of duckweed, it was like porridge.
Yeah. Yeah, almost impossible to
Like
navigate.
if anybody read the story when they were a kid, the magic porridge pot, where the streets filled with porridge, it was like trying to get through porridge.
Yeah.
And we grounded. Do you remember we grounded and nearly tipped over?
Yeah, we came around a bend and the water was low because it was summer.
Yeah.
And there was another boat coming, so we tried to dodge him.
Yeah.
We ended up on a big sandbank. And from
We
where
just
we
went.
Yeah. The whole front of the boat was yeah.
Yeah, and the middle levels, that's also the fens.
Yeah.
Equally as eerie. And there's loads, and that's where the Black Shook story comes from. That. Do you remember you made a print? A whole series of prints.
I did. When I first got my new tools, I wanted to almost just test them. So I was almost just doing illustrations on bits of lino.
Yeah.
But I done like different folklore
Yeah.
things. Yeah. So we can show those.
Yeah, should we have a look?
Yeah.
Long ago, when the fens were nothing but bogs and waterholes, they were teeming with supernatural creatures known as the Things. You had to be brave indeed to cross the fens at night. As your feet squelched through the mud, you might meet an evil spirit like a scarecrow with bony hands and feet. Or perhaps you might spot a haunted light dancing through the night. That would likely be a will-o'-the-wisp. Suppose neither the boggart nor the will-o'-the-wisp was scary enough for you. In that case, you might try listening to the voices of dead folk moaning and crying, or watch witches riding around on broomsticks that turned into snakes. The local folk were frightened of the Things. In fact, everyone went around with a charm to keep them safe. A shiny mirror to reflect away evil spirits, a block of wood with Bible verses carved onto it, or a smooth stone with a hole in its centre. And they all shook with fright when they told a tale of how they met with one of the Things. I also hadn't finished my painting from last week, and I have now finished. It's like show and tell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here it is. Alright?
That's really lovely. Oh yeah, picnic. So where's that one going to be going?
Etsy.
Okay, it's lovely.
I quite like it actually.
Yeah, I do. It's
Right,
really
this
nice.
time I have to scan it properly
Okay.
for stuff. Yeah, so that's done. That's good, isn't it?
That's all good.
Okie dokie. It is time for Artist of the Week.
We haven't had one for a while, have we?
No, we haven't. I've
No.
had some lined up, but people are busy, you know, it
Yeah,
takes
yeah.
time. So we've got Sarah Hume. I hope I'm pronouncing your surname right. Do call me up if I'm not. But she is an artist of all sorts. She makes beautiful dolls. You're going to see in a minute. She's also an art therapist, and thank you, Sarah, for sharing your work with us because it's fantastic.
Yeah,
isn't
we
it?
absolutely love them.
We
They're
do.
brilliant.
We do love them, and it's really spurred like a thought in our brains.
And we actually
for some-
gave a sneak peek of them to our friend Debbie, who really likes folky stuff, and she
Yeah,
loved them
she
as well.
loved them as well, yeah. So excited for this. I'll put all the links at the end, so do make sure to go and follow her work. And yeah, over to you, Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah, an art therapist and self-taught mixed media artist. I live near the River Trent in Beeston, Nottingham, with my wonderful son and lovely husband. My art making varies. I love to draw and paint in acrylic and watercolour, but I also love to try new things like pyrography and sculpting. One of the art forms I always come back to is making art dolls. I love fairy and folk tales and all things puppet, and my work is influenced by the spirit and aesthetic of Wendy and Brian Froud, particularly their character designs for the Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. My polymer clay dolls show this influence the most. The making of the art dolls takes a lot of time and asks for a range of skills such as sewing, manipulation of wire, painting and of course sculpting. Finding time can be tricky, but the great thing about making them is that I can put them down and pick them up in moments I have free. I don't need the state of flow that I might in, say, drawing or acrylic painting. The flow for the art dolls comes from me continuing their ideas and stories in my mind. I'm still imagining the characters and the times I'm not working on them. And I often sculpt whilst looking out to the garden, and I sew them whilst having tea with friends or with my son next to me. If I'm alone and working, I'm always listening to audiobooks and podcasts about fairy and folk tales, modern and old. This here is Baba Yaga. She comes from a favourite Slavic folktale, Vasilisa the Brave. The textile materials are mostly second-hand. This recent art doll is sculpted in paper clay. Her trousers were my son's, the shawl my mum's, and other bits were my old clothes. The most recent set of dolls I'm making are focused on the stories that are born out of landscapes that I know well from spending time within them. In Nottingham there is a network of caves carved in sandstone. I imagine this snail creature dwells in one, and she is there waiting for guests to give them wine, food, and maybe tell them a story. I'm in the process of building a Man of Trent and have been planning a Yorkshire North Landing beach witch. Making up or listening to a landscape stories is another way of knowing place. Me and my family are hoping to find a Flamborough fairy well when we are there next, and find local materials for a future sculpt. I can be found under the name Figure Witch on Instagram. Thank you Hannah and Ant for asking me to show my work on here. We really love what you were doing with your art and boat, and my son's a keen fan. He really wanted to show you his block print. We hope you like it. Thank you again.
Right, I think that's about it for this week.
Yep.
Thanks so much for watching. We have set up a little thingy-me-bob if you want to donate. So, to be completely honest, we're not trying to make money from YouTube, are we?
We're not trying to be famous YouTubers.
We're not trying to be big old YouTubers.
The idea was it was going to be a very limited number of videos, and we've just enjoyed it so much we've carried on making them.
It's a little community. It gets our work out there. We're interested in sharing other people's work because it's important, and yeah, but it does take time to make the videos.
We've realised it takes a big chunk of our time
Yeah.
to put them together.
So if you did want to donate, we've set up a little buy me a coffee. The link is in the bio, and it's quite self-explanatory.
Yeah, I think all it is if people want to help you out, it's literally the price of a coffee, and you can just click it. It's not like a subscription thing. It's just a little one-off thing. And if anyone does want to do it, we would be over the moon. But if you don't, it really doesn't matter. We'll still be making the videos.
Yeah. Hello Mabel.
So I think somebody's ready to go out.
Yeah. So thanks for watching. Do make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and check out Sarah Hume's work. And
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Lots of love.
Bye.
Bye.